All right, we're pulling up. I see the bike right there, and there's also something really cool down here in this house, but I'll show you this when we get this bike paid for. There's something really wacky over there. All right, 30 bucks later, and the bike is in my truck. I do have a bike rack, but it's kind of heavy and kind of annoying, so sometimes it just puts things like right in here. 26-inch wheel, 26-inch wheel, Specialized Hard Rock Sport. The tires seem to have air. Everything is looking pretty good. The gears look like they shift okay. The grips have to be replaced, but I always buy grips when I go to garage sales and stuff like that. So I got that at the house. But let's look at this weird thing real quick. It reminds me of something from maybe the movie It or something. The freeway is right there, and we're in this neighborhood that's off a feeder. And I've actually bought something from this house before. And what's crazy is look at this guy's backyard. Check this out. Look at this. There is a carousel, a full-blown carousel in this dude's backyard. What? What is that doing there? I've seen some weird stuff in my life, right? But that is very, very weird. I mean, is this person what? An aficionado of fairs? I don't know. None of it makes any sense. Comment down below. What do you think is going on? Why would someone have a carousel in their backyard? Like, for real, why? What? All right, so I'm getting the vlog edited, and I also sank 20 minutes into that bike, cleaned it up and everything like that. Got a listing going on right here, and it's only been, I don't know, I probably left that house like 30 minutes ago. So we're already putting the bike up for sale. Put on some new grips, which I had. I took off a bunch of stuff that doesn't belong. I made it like a lot cleaner looking, and this is the picture of that crappy bike that we saw in the back of my truck 30 minutes ago. Cleaned it all up, and this is the picture. There she is right there. It's looking good, baby. Try not to waste any time anymore. So yeah, we're gonna get this other vlog out, and I've just been trying to, if I'm lucky, I can get 3 vlogs like pinned out today. That would be nice. I spent a lot of time yesterday at the Springs, so I got a lot of sunlight and got a lot of stuff done. Well, I didn't get anything done, but like I got a lot of like outside stuff done. Rode my mountain bike this morning. But yeah, I don't mind staying in today just because, and you can tell, look at my skin. Look at how roasted I am. So I don't need that much sun anymore. It's okay to stay home on a Sunday and work on things. So I don't know how long this vlog is going to be, but we have to sell 2 bikes today. It seems like it, right? I made 2 appointments, and one person's coming in 30 minutes for this Trek Lexa bike. I think I picked it up for 80, maybe 100. I'm not 100% sure. I made weird. That sounded kind of weird. But this bike is a road bike, and it's it's going to sell for $250, I think, cash. So that's good. The second bike was from a previous vlog. I paid $50 for it, and someone offered me $200. So I'm like, okay, cool. I try to really average. Here's something that I'll make a video about, but I try to either source a bike, sell a bike, or list a bike or 2 every single day, right? And I find that if I hold myself to that, then it's so much easier to get to $100 to sometimes $300 in profit a day, which is cool, as a side little thing that doesn't cost much time, for me at least. It's kind of like the target I want to be at. So yeah, all day long I've been looking to source another bike or something like that. Haven't found any good deals yet, but that's kind of like my thought process. But I'll make a video about it sometime soon. But yeah, let's go get this bike ready. And then the other one is a Cannondale from a previous vlog, 50 bucks, got offered 200. So let's go check them out. Okay, so here's the bike, the Trek Lexa. This is the first bike that's going to sell hopefully within 30 minutes. And it's a basic road bike. This is an aluminum frame road bike, and it's a women's specific design as well. A lot of times when you see, things like Lexa or, names that might be a little bit more suited to women, then it's probably a women's bike, or you might want to do some more research to make sure, is this a women's specific bike? In this case, this one is 47 centimeters. Here's the size, which means it's going to be for a shorter woman. And I inflate the tires to about 80 to 90 PSI, and then make sure the shifting is right, which it is. And this is a pretty quick bike flip. So when I bought this bike, there was air in the tires and everything. This is a cool bike, and make 150 profit on it today. Not too bad. The other bike here is that $50 bike from the previous vlog, or maybe it's even in this vlog, I'm not sure. I think it's from the previous vlog. This is a Cannondale. I think it's called, it's not a Habit. I can't remember the name of this one. It's called a Quick, actually. It's really hard to see the model of this bike because it's sitting right here. But yeah, it's a Cannondale Quick 1, so pretty entry-level hybrid bike, but it's really good. Cannondale's a great brand. We have linear pull brakes right here, and then you know, everything looks pretty good. It rides nice, and so all it needed, I think, was a skewer in the front, which I put this little piece right here. And I had you know, a random part, but a skewer is like 10 bucks, maybe 15 bucks at a bike store. So yeah, this one's gonna sell for 200 today. It's all about the bike hustle, you know. At least here in the summertime, this is a good town. I know, like, you know, Seattle, Portland, like all these other towns, Miami, these are great towns where people are looking for bikes. If you see people riding around in like jogging paths or neighborhood paths, and you see them on bikes, and you probably live in a decent bike town, and you should learn how to flip bikes. All right, so the person for the Trek Lexa bike is actually gonna come tomorrow, but I'm actually on the hunt for another bike. I was just doing some radical life work, and I found a bike for, there's a crazy story behind this, but check this out. Somewhere in that garage there's a bike, but there's something that really irritates me about this bike. So yeah, I picked up this Trek 1.5 road bike. It's listed for 180 bucks. It's sitting right there on the rack. It's kind of like a lime green and white road bike. It is an entry-level road bike for Trek, and has 2 flat tires, but that could just mean that they need air, you know? Outside that, it was listed for 180. I say, well, you take 120, I can come right now. Keywords, you know, urgency. And person's like, yeah, 120 is good, come right now. I come, and I'm like, I'm on the way. I'm like, I have cash, I'm on the way. And then midway, the person says, you know, someone else offered 150, so it's 150 now. And boy, this really irritates me, but I was already on the way, and I'd already taken the toll and all this stuff, and it's so annoying. But I find that, you know, in economic times where it's just much harder to live, and like inflation's super high and that kind of stuff, I find that people entertain greed way more than when times are really good. And it's just call it a casual observation, whatever, but when times are good, you barely ever see people doing that kind of stuff. They kind of honor their prices, you know. They don't use Facebook marketplaces like an eBay, for example, like best offer, and they put like $1, for example, for an item. But when times are a little bit harder, I find that people get super, I don't know what the other word is. I just label it as greedy. It's greedy. It doesn't make any sense. It's just a bad way to conduct business, you know, to agree on something and then just renege on it. And just, you know, I just don't, I don't know how to even explain it, but like if that person had reneged like before I had left, I guess it might have made more sense. But I'm like, I'm on the way, I have 120 cash, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just seems like a contractual agreement in a way. Anyway, maybe I'm thinking too deep into it, but it's kind of annoying. And I am seeing a little bit more of this now. And what are your thoughts on that? Comment down below. This bike will probably sell for, you know, $350 to $450. That's what I'm thinking. So I'll still make a good amount of money on it. It's just annoying. It was also 12 minutes from my house. So combined total of fixing the bike up, you know, all that kind of stuff in my life is probably about an hour. So pretty good return. The person has arrived to pick up a Cannondale. So it's gonna make 150 on the bike. Hey, what's going on? How are you? Okay, so the lady is leaving in the red car. We have 200 bucks cash right there. Now the person for the Trek Lexa, the bike I showed you earlier in this video, that person's rescheduling for tomorrow, which kind of sucks, but I did make sure to respond to that person and tell them it's still first come, first serve. So, you know, you really want to edge people or coerce people to come as soon as possible. And don't wait around for people. Don't hold things for days. Like, I just don't hold things for days. If someone is saying, I'm gonna come tomorrow for sure, like, and it's already tomorrow, like tonight, for example, that's a different story, because like the chances of me selling a bike overnight or your first thing in the morning is a little bit lower. But we're in the afternoon here. It's only, what, 3 o'clock. I'm not holding the bike for somebody. I'm just not. But that person is coming tomorrow for sure. They just had some work stuff come up. But I'm not holding stuff for people. So I'm not in the business to do that. We're at the next day. I like woke up 10 minutes ago. This is what I look like. I don't like that hair right there. Much better. Okay. So we're gonna sell the Trek Lexa that's sitting right here. Yeah, I might get a chance to actually thrift a little bit today. It's like, what? So I might get a chance. We will see. And seconds later, we have 250 cash. So it was nice to sell that bike. That was easy money. I don't even remember what I bought that bike for, but I probably made around 200 bucks profit. Okay. So I'm on my way to the Springs to hang out with my friend Jess for like an hour. If you're a bona fide hustler watcher, she was on vlogs about a year ago, and she's a thrifter. Well, she's not necessarily a reseller, right? She thrifts to, you know, make decor at her spa a certain way, at her house a certain way. She'll thrift plants and plant pots and things like that. So we go meet up at the Springs with Jess. But a couple things on my mind right now is, man, I swear, I don't know why, and I don't really enjoy this part, but my life has gotten so busy lately. It's crazy. The amount of times my phone beeps with notifications, not only from Facebook Marketplace, but from orders from Organic Muscle and all this stuff, and texts coming in, and I mean, it is crazy, and email notifications. The sheer amount of it is insane. It's hundreds a day. So I don't know, it kind of has me a little, it's not exactly the kind of life I want, you know, like I like it, but oh man, it's almost like I wish I hadn't given my phone number or email address or anything out ever, you know, like, anyway, so it's kind of a weird thing to talk about, but I used to think that being busy was a good thing. It means like there's a lot of great things happening. And now that I'm busy, right, I'm like, man, you start realizing how much, or how you start realizing the value of like silence, you know, and calmness. There's such a crazy value to that stuff that you wouldn't know until you get really busy. Does that make sense? Oh man. Anyway, so I'm on the way to the Springs to see Jess. I did line up a bike to buy earlier today, but then the guy was being super shady, and I was like, this thing has to be stolen. And I'm just getting these weird vibes, so I decided not to pull the trigger on it because it's gonna stick out like a sore thumb when I repost it, you know, and try to resell it. I just don't want to be the person holding a stolen bike. So yeah, that's what's going on. It's a beautiful day, but it is gonna rain in like 4 or 5 hours, which is good for snakes. You know, they're gonna come out and like do snake things when it gets wet here, and it hasn't been wet here in Austin, Texas, at least in 2 weeks. So I'm really excited for the rain to come, and that's in about 4 hours. But until then, we have a nice day, kind of overcast, kind of cloudy, but perfect day for the Springs. I'm gonna try to spend an hour down there. I'm also eating some of this Costco Wagyu jerky, which is on deal right now for like 12 bucks. Go find it at your Costco. It's pretty good. I enjoy it, and I'm probably gonna buy it again. But you know, when I go to Costco, I'm always looking for deals, right? I would say comfortably 40% of my diet, maybe 50% of my diet comes from Costco. And it's mostly organic stuff, or grass-fed this or that, or wild-caught salmon, whatever. But yeah, when it comes to like eggs and some of the other stuff, I go to farmers markets, and then I'll go to this thing called HEB Plus in town, which is a really cool grocery store. But yeah, this jerky right here, this Wagyu jerky, is really good. I like it. I just bought it yesterday, and I'm almost done with the whole bag. So that definitely means it's good. Yeah, for sure. Try to find it at your Costco if you go to Costco. So I got into the Springs, and look at this place. It's so beautiful. This is Austin, Texas. It's called the Jewel of the City. So obviously we've been here in many green room meetups back in the day, but I'm here with my friend. There she is. She cut her hair from the last vlogs. You like it? Very summery. There's Jess, and she was on vlogs like a year and a half ago.
3 years ago.
Yeah, she was on vlogs like a year and a half ago, maybe 3 years ago, whatever. We're gonna be bringing her back, but you're not much of a reseller. You're a thrifter though, or a curator.
Right. I did start upcycling now. I'm upcycling fashion now.
Oh, that's right. She's putting like patches and embroidery on things and selling it under her own business, which we'll get into in another vlog, but it's PSB. I'll say as much as that, PSB, right?
Yes.
Okay. But we'll get her on another vlog. This is the Springs. We're gonna hop in, and we'll probably end the vlog pretty soon. But I want to make sure you guys saw Jess.
Hello, 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 hello.
If you got this far into the vlog, then put a comment below if you remember who this person is. So it was fun to see Jess, and like I said earlier, if you pay attention to the vlogs, I mean, you saw her in some of the other ones back in the day, But let's stop the vlog here because I'm about to sell something cool in about an hour, and then something cool 30 minutes after that. And I want to open up a new vlog for all that stuff. I really appreciate you guys and gals watching this video and checking out pieces of my life and how busy or maybe non-busy sometimes it might seem, but just watching it means the world to me that you guys are out there and gals watching this kind of stuff. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and we will see you on the next Bonafide Hustler vlog, which is going to open up right after this, and it'll be edited and landing 2 days after this as well. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Take it easy. Goodbye.